Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to a new video. My name is Prince Meyson. Today we are going to be retouching this beautiful image sent to me by Shubila. Shubila is an amazing photographer in Toronto and she's a really good friend of mine. I'll put a link to her Instagram page in the description below. You guys definitely check her out. She has some amazing work that she's doing right now. So let's just get straight into retouching this image. So this is going to be broken down into two parts, right? So we're going to have our first part where we're going to do a lot of adjustments here in Capture One, and then also take it to Photoshop where we are going to remove the blemishes and maybe a few other things. And we're going to have a second part where we're going to like smoothen out the skin and all that with probably just dodge and burn, and then just do a little bit more color grading, or a thing or two. But let's just see how this goes. So this has already been worked on in Capture One. Let's see our before. This is what our before looks like right here, and this are after. So I'm just going to reset this and try to get it back to where it was. By the way, this image was shot properly. Absolutely love how it looks. So the first thing I always do in Capture One is turn on my exposure warning. That is something that you should always do in Capture One to help you see when your highlights are peaking or when your blacks are like crushed. Mostly when your highlights are peaking. I don't think it does anything for your blacks. So let's see. No, it doesn't do anything for your blacks, just when your highlights are peaking. So what I'm going to do is just pull my levels in from like my highlights right here, and the next thing I also want to do is probably just pull my shadows in, somewhere around here. That's decent. I love that. Maybe just have some, just pop my midtones a little bit more. Okay, absolutely love how that looks. Do I need to work on my whites? Just bring down my highlights. Do I need to do that? Not really. That is definitely not affecting anything. Okay, I love how this looks already. One other thing that I'm going to do is go down to my color editor. A color balance, a three-way color balance, right? Let's work on a few things here. The first thing I want to work on my shadows. So I want a situation where everything that is in the shadows matches, the hair and this fur that's right here. So what I'm going to do is just probably add some reds to my shadows. Just add some, not too much, nothing too much. Just add some reds to my shadows. Yes, absolutely love that. You can see, the hair, everything is matching right now. And then if I go to my midtones, I can still add some, maybe just make my midtones a little bit cooler, somewhere around here, and then go to my highlights and make my highlights cooler too. So, I don't want the whole skin to be warm, I want like some difference between like her skin and the hair, as you can see. So let's see how before, see how after. You guys can see that we're doing a decent job. If I turn off the exposure warning right here, can see that the reds on the rings, that's just showing us that these places are overexposed, and that's fine. Like, we don't mind if those places are overexposed. At this point I feel like I've done a decent job. Maybe just take down my Kelvin just a little bit more. Then skin, let's work on the skin tone. So what I'm going to do is just click on my color picker tool, pick a part of her skin that I want everything to look like. So somewhere around here is fine. Just going to move my hue and uniformity up a little bit, and what this is doing is it's mostly just killing hue, my uniformity and my saturation. What this is doing is basically just blending everything that it looks like her skin together. It's just making sure everything looks nice and even, and that's about it. That is what I'm going to do for an image like this in Capture One. This is our before, this is straight out of the camera, and this is what we have here. So if you guys want to see a version of this image edited by Shubila, definitely check her page out. She has some amazing work there, like I said. Okay, so right now what I'm going to do is edit this in Photoshop. Okay, when it comes to color spaces, I'm going to make a different video about that. I don't think I 100%, like, not like I don't 100%, I do understand color spaces, but I don't think I am like a pro at color spaces. I don't think I'm a pro at color spaces. So yeah, okay, great. So we have this image right now in Photoshop, and the first thing I want to do is run my frequency separation. So I'm just going to go with basic, and I'll go my Gaussian blur 14. That's what I'm going to do with an image like this. If you want my basic frequency separation actions, I have it for free. Just click the link in the description below. Just go check that out in my store. It's available. It's there for free. If you want the whole action pack, 14 amazing actions, then there's a link in the description below too for that. Check out the store and you can get any of those to use to retouch your photo. So right now I'm just going to click my clone stamp tool, and there are a few things I want to take out. So something like this right here. Just going to take out the smile lines because, you know, I don't like smile lines. It's just me, you know. Just take out those smile lines. She has a lot of freckles, and you know, that's like the look, so that's something that I would like to keep. So just put it at the back of your mind. You don't want to take out like all the freckles and everything. Just take out some of this blacks here. These are probably from the mascara, so I'm just going to take all those out. There isn't like really a lot to do here. Maybe help out like just some tiny facial hair that's here, which is something that every human being has. I'm just going to take some of those out so it doesn't stand out too much, right? Okay, great. Take some of these out too. Just a few of these things. You can see like this part of my finger. I'm just going to take that out. Okay. Okay, so one thing you should learn how to do is when you are retouching, right? Learn to go in and out of your image. You know, you don't want a situation where you're just working with your image from one just you know, from like one perspective. You know, zoom in, zoom out, you know, check out how your images look from afar, you know, how people will see them with the phone, you know, just check those things out. And yeah, so clean this out with the clone stamp tool, have it looking good. Like I said, with an image like this is more like a skincare image, so you don't want to do too much with it. You know, I absolutely love how it looks. You know, I want it to look as natural as possible, and I want it to look really, really good. So always put that at the back of your mind, right? For a lot of people do not use, you know, like frequency separation. You know, an example is instead of using frequency separation, take out like a lot of your blemishes. What you can easily do is just use the spot healing brush, and this will do a decent job too. You know, the only thing is that it does it directly on that layer. So if sometimes, you know, you might just move colors around, you know, you can use the spot healing brush. Some people use the patch tool, you know, use the spot healing brush, take out like a few of these. Some people prefer the patch healing tool, so let's try that out. So we have the patch tool, sorry, not the patch healing tool. So we have the patch tool, you know. Look, it's doing a great job. Yeah. So some people prefer the patch tool. Does a really good job, you know. So basically with the patch tool, all you have to do is just circle around and just, you know, like it's almost sampling from somewhere else, you know. Does a pretty decent job too. But you know, I mean, as much as I like these tools, I just love the control that I have with I just absolutely love the control that I have with my my frequency separation. You know, the fact that it's separated into two different layers. You know, I have something in my low layer which are like my colors, and I have something in my high layer which, you know, are my textures. I just absolutely love how, you know, I just love how that works for me, and it just makes it easy for me that I'm not really moving colors around. I mean, I know you can't remove all the colors, you know, when you do frequency separation. Some are still available in the high layer, but it just gives me like a good understanding of where, you know, my textures are and how I can walk around without actually, you know, like moving colors around too much in my low layer. You know, I can work on each layer independently, my textures and my skin tone. So yeah, that's about it for the first part of this image. I hope you guys are looking forward to watching the second part, where we are going to be, you know, mostly micro dodging and burning this image. So see you guys in part 2 in a little bit.